Counseling at the University of West Georgia. And you guys have asked me, what is counseling? And I have been thinking about this for like 2 weeks, and I'm struggling because counseling is a lot of things. It's a lot of different things to a lot of people. But I was trying to boil it down into like a simple answer, and I think that counseling is a transformative experience. It's a life-changing experience. If it's right, it's a life-changing experience. That's what I want to say about it. But I wrote some notes down so I wouldn't forget. So that's what I'm looking at when I look down. I think that counseling is a way to be empowered. It helps people face their fears, and it helps people who want more from life find what that is. It helps people set goals. It helps people expand their lives. It helps people be who they want to be in life. And I think that's when counseling is at its very best. That's what it does. And I think there's some ways that counseling does that. I want to talk about that for a second, because I think sometimes people, have all these strange impressions of what is counseling. They're going to shrink your head, and they're going to, it's for self-absorbed people. And I think that counseling does what it does in very specific ways. And so I want to talk for a second about that. I think counseling helps you gain perspective on your behaviors, on your emotions, and on your relationships. And I think that's really the core of what we do as counselors. But I also think that it provides a way to express feelings. And I'm not sure that in our culture we get a lot of ways to express our feelings. And we get to identify our patterns of thinking. And that's a really important part of what counseling does for people. Counseling helps you develop a way to communicate with other people. And it helps you develop skills for dealing with conflict and with frustration. And for a lot of young people, that's an area where we haven't had a lot of experience. We've had a lot of frustration, but we haven't had a lot of ways to deal with how do I learn how to deal with frustration. And so counseling is a place where you can learn how to do that. And then I think the last part of it is counseling is a place where you can address painful things in your life and loss in your life. And working through loss and adding meaning to life. Counseling is probably one of the best places, at least that I know about, that you can do that. And so those are the big four. I think that those are the big four things that counseling does. And I think that when counseling works really well and it changes your life, and I mean that seriously, I think it actually changes your brain. Because in those moments when you're in the counseling relationship with someone, you're in that room with someone, it actually changes the way that you think and the way that you feel about things and the way you react to the things that happen in your life. And when that happens, it changes the way your brain reacts to the things that happen, the things that go on in your life. And so when I say it changes your life, it actually does change the way you react to the things that happen in your life. And so that is a transformative experience for people. And so it can change just tiny, small things. It can change everyday things in your life, or it can change really giant things. It can make a big difference in the relationships or the way that you operate in the world. And so when people come to us looking for help, we might use any number of different strategies and techniques to help people, but the main thing that we do is we have a relationship with people that allows them to transform in whatever way they think they need to grow, to become whatever it is they think they need to become. And so in that way, I think that counseling is a life-changing experience. So that's what I think counseling is.